Hello everyone, Earthangel here. Hopefully I can make this quick. I don't know. But you know what? I've had some weird things happening on my phone in my technology wise, as far as texting, email, web passwords, telephone calls. And I even had my phone company, they wrote to me and they're always telling me whenever there's a breach or something's happening. So there's just been a lot happening. And it's with many readers and spiritual advisors, healers speaking about this particular issue. I just wanted to come on and let you know that I do receive a lot of calls, and I have to tell you, if you're not in my contacts, I'm not going to answer. I'm not. Because I don't sit there and answer every call, because I know I have received so many scam calls lately. It has not been funny. But this is what I did. I went back on my phone back to December 9th, 2022. And I've just been kind of researching and looking up these telephone numbers that I have received. It is very interesting that I receive one phone number to, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different organizations. Think about it. One phone number, and it's the same number for an individual, and it can span over 6 organizations. And you're like, what? I could see if you had the number and then it changed, someone else had the number. But that's not what I'm seeing at all. What I'm seeing is a list of this telephone number, a particular telephone number going to 6 different individuals across the board. So let me give an example. I receive a call from colleencubbyhouse.act.edu. So I might have 1 or 2 phone calls from that one particular number, right? But 2 people at Colleen Cubby House have that number. Then on the next line is universitems.ac.ma. They might have 2 people that have that number. 2, 3, 4, 5. Then there is ARA, RAT, RAT, West, WESTPS, vic.edu.au, and they might have 3 individuals with that same number. So that particular company does advanced technology. And I started to think, oh, how interesting. Okay. Then there's Kaffenberg, kaffenberg.ias.org.sz. So someone there might have that same telephone number. And then WITAD, WITAD.org.sz. And the other one is ias.org.sc. So reading all those organizations, there can be anywhere from 3 on up people who have individuals that have the exact same telephone number. That's quite interesting to me. Because when I looked it up, that telephone number, even though there might be 6 organizations and there might be 6 or 8 people or 3 people that have that same number, I'm thinking probably burner phones. But the other thing that's interesting is that these numbers can spam. They can be California, New York, Texas, Oakland, Wyoming, Los Angeles, somewhere in the Bay Area, San Luis Obispo, Stockton, Riverside, India, Santa Barbara. There are Michigan. There are so many different locations. London. I'm like, how? How can they have, when I look at one number, but it spans out to all these organizations? That's why I'm thinking burner phones or some type of technology is being done for that to happen. Very, very strange. And so, like I said, I went back to December 9th, 2022. And I could go back further, but my goodness, I'm like, well, how long have they been doing this? Have they been calling my phone? And I could see, we normally have spam calls or scam calls. It's like 1 or 2, here and there. But this is like so many on a daily basis. And I can't help but think, what is going on here? So I'm thinking either these are foster children or runaway children, or, something's going on. Because I looked up Clean Cubby House, and they have children. The first location was in London that I came across, and that person, it's kind of like a daycare. Somewhat. Kind of like a daycare. Well, they'll watch your children messages and emails where they say, oh, you bought this from PayPal, it was $600, and I'm like, no, I didn't. Or they might be from someone else, and they say, oh, you spent $700 on this Wi-Fi, and I'm like, no, I didn't. And then you look in the email and you see it's from an individual email address instead of from like Microsoft or, something that right? Some type of website or some type of company that you frequent or something like that. That's different. But there are not any company names, or if there are, things are spelled, I'm going to say, a lot of companies, they take their time on their spelling. They make sure they edit, what is written to make sure it looks right. But, when you receive a text or an email, and it's from UPS or from USPS, and you're like, the spelling isn't right. Or, I don't receive notifications this way. Or, I don't you can't help but think this is definitely a scam. So anyway, I'm giving you a call, well, not a call, but I'm giving you a heads up as far as tarot readers and spirit leaders and advisors and psychic investigators and spiritual investigators. I'm asking for some help on this. Maybe you can shine a light on what is going on. They talk a lot about, there are people trying to set you up. They don't want to see you succeed. I understand that. Boy, do I understand it, because I've got people doing that to me. And they just don't want to see you succeed. They don't want you to be They're looking at it as competition, and I don't want this person to be higher than me. Instead of, you just go off and do your thing, and I'll go off and do my thing, right? I go off and do my thing. You know, whatever level you are, right? It doesn't have anything to do with competition. It should not have to do with competition. But, you know, I'm sitting here and I'm going, here it is. You know, you hear so much about them trying to swap destinies with you. They want you to take the fall for what they've done. They could be con man, hitmen, people who have stolen, people who have murdered, people who have. There are all kinds of things that they have done, but they want someone else to take the fall so they don't have to stay in prison for it. And that's not right. You know what? What is that saying? You done the crime, you do the time. You know, don't pass it off on other people. That's not fair. That's not right. So anyway, hopefully I will get some insight and some information back on that. You know, I love you guys all so much, and I just wanted to share that because I'm sure that if I'm going through it, there are other people who are going through it. I'm not the only one. So anyway, take care, and I will see you on the next video. Peace.